I'm gonna tell you some very unsurprising news. FaZe Clan is not doing good at all. I think it's really well known and very public how FaZe Clan is kind of falling apart right in front of us. It used to be super duper well respected. A lot of people used to care about it. And back then, so much people would try to do anything just to be part of FaZe, uploading their absolutely cringe like compilations, hoping that someone there will see them, even though the chance of that happening is literally never, will probably never happen. So you can go and have FaZe on your gamer tag. But now it's just an absolutely joke of a company that literally no one cares about at all, and a lot of people are just still surprised that FaZe is even still open and still alive and is still running. Like, I remember when the FaZe drama first began and when they first went public and their stock kept on dropping rapidly over and over again, and no matter what they do, it just couldn't stop dropping. I was one of those people who were just surprised that FaZe was even still a company that still exists. I was like, wow, those people are still there and they're still making stuff. I kind of thought they kind of fell off and really no one cares about them anymore, and even though I was 100% right, because they have fell off. The one thing that FaZe is now known for is probably the image of their stock just absolutely dropping. It is absolutely terrible to see something that used to be super duper high and something that people used to care about to literally be all the way down, not going to the moon, all the way down to the ocean and just staying there in the depths and have absolutely no hope of ever going back up and just no hope of anyone really caring about the company at all. And the main reason because of this is because FaZe has been doing nothing but making absolutely terrible decisions after terrible decisions. Everything they do is hit with absolute backlash and just people making fun of their bad decisions. And not so long ago, it ended up reaching a boiling point because we ended up having some insane Twitter beef. And when I mean beef, I mean this is really juicy meat, welly cooked to perfection with a little bit of burnt, but not the type of burnt where it's extremely bad, like the little good kind is extremely juicy. That's how beefy this news is. And we had the point where we had a literal inside civil war in FaZe, where you have some of the OG members, the founders, arguing with the new generation of FaZe, saying that stuff shouldn't go this way. But I think like most stories, we should go to the beginning and what started it. So all of this drama and beef ended up beginning when FaZe ended up posting this, saying that they want more women in FaZe, which was a decision which a lot of people are actually pretty fine with. They were like, oh, that's good that they actually want to get some women in FaZe, and also a lot of the fans would give recommendations of female streamers who they wanted to see to join FaZe. Shockingly, out of nowhere, FaZe Rain ended up tweeting that the person who was on FaZe was already confirmed, and it was going to be someone known as Grace. And he said the only reason why she was ended up being joined is because she was on one episode of Stranger Things with a good old skull emoji. Man, the skull emoji is just so overused at this point. I'm just getting sick of it. I don't know why I wanted to go mention that out. I just wanted you to show my brand new hatred that I have for the skull emoji. Come on, there's so many other emojis. Use something different. And then FaZe Rain ended up being right because not so long ago, FaZe ended up announcing that, yep, Grace was going to be the new member of FaZe. And this didn't really go so well because it caused a lot of people to go and attack her and go to attack FaZe. And it didn't really go great. You had a lot of people mentioning her saying how good are you at these games and are you even a gamer? Which is extremely weird to do. I don't know why you're attacking her for taking the decision of signing up to FaZe. You should really be attacking FaZe, the company itself, because they have done so much laughable things. But anyway, because of this whole decision, this ended up being the catalyst of the whole war that ended up started. Because after this whole decision, a lot of the older members, OG members of FaZe, ended up coming out and basically talking about how bad of a decision this was. And this also caused a lot of the newer members of FaZe to basically go and talk about this. And it basically split the community 50-50. One side of the community sided with all the OG members, while the other side of the community is siding with the newer generation. And they're all fighting each other on Twitter, and it hasn't really been good at all. The whole Twitter argument has been happening before the Grace situation. So with the announcement of her being part of FaZe and people not really liking it because they kind of feel like the decision is corporate or something, I don't really know why people aren't really that happy with the decision. That's the only one that I can come to. Maybe she's a celebrity, maybe because she's been on Stranger Things. Maybe it makes people feel the decision is super corporate. I think that's the reason why some people are mad, because that's what a lot of the founders are saying. It hasn't really been looking that great at all. The arguments has been going on for a minute. Absolutely out of nowhere, FaZe Rain ended up uploading a video of him basically just exposing FaZe FaZe, he ended up showing you the leaks. And they should even call these leaks because he ended up showing you like a whole flood. Straight up breaking open the sink and water's just sprouting everywhere. Because he shows you how FaZe is doing financially, and shockingly to absolutely no one, it is not good at all. He shows how much money they're wasting on esports monthly, and it is a lot. They are literally leaking money from a crazy amount. And this is something that's not shocking at all because I think it's something that's well known now that a lot of people are talking about is that esports is not profitable at all. Apparently, if you join an esports company, you do not make money, which was something that was really surprising because me and I'm assuming a lot of other people who weren't really that deep into esports, since we saw so much people trying to go into it, you can make a lot of money going to esports. It's going to be really profitable. But that is 100% wrong because you are making no money if you go to esports. You are just losing money. You're actually just wasting your time. You can really see this because there's a lot of like OG esports organizations who are just shutting down because they just can't stay afloat. They just can't make enough money and they just can't stay anymore. So they're just going to need to go shut down and leave, and it's just kind of sad to see. And FaZe looks like they're going to be another one of those. And it doesn't help that, again, FaZe just make absolutely terrible decisions, especially with their sign-ins. A lot of people are talking about Grace sign-in, but at least this is one celebrity sign-in that actually makes a little bit of sense. It seems like she streams regularly, so she's doing way more better than the last celebrity sign-in, which is being Snoop Dogg, which is something that I feel like a lot of people do not know, that Snoop Dogg is even part of FaZe, because he literally only has done one thing about FaZe, and that is literally just take a picture with them when he first joined and then never bring it up ever again. And he got a lot of money. He even got some shares of the companies, so he basically got millions of dollars to do absolutely nothing. And then not so long ago, he just went and up and left. He just took his money and went like, well, you know, I made a lot of money from this. I think it's time for me to go. So he straight up just left, which is just absolutely insane. And that's not the only celebrity they got. They got another celebrity too, which I'm starting to forget his name. But a lot of people are talking about him too, but that also brings how unmemorable it is. They got another celebrity, and most people didn't even know that he was even part of FaZe. And also, FaZe wastes their time making these absolutely terrible TV shows. Like, a lot of people are talking about the absolutely cringe reality TV show they made, like, Do You Want to Be the Next FaZe Member? Reality show, which was, like, extremely strange and awkward and really, really cringe. And it also doesn't help that their YouTube channel was super duper dead. I mean, go and check it out. It's absolutely embarrassing and miserable. And it seems like most of the members who are part of FaZe aren't even proud that they're FaZe members at all. So it's not really shocking that FaZe is in this situation. And a lot of people are saying, why is it like this? And also a lot of people are blaming the OGs, how they're saying that you make fun of what FaZe is, even though I'm pretty sure it was the OG people who sold FaZe to a bunch of like boomers who have absolutely no clue how business works or how this industry work at all. And now they're the one going to complain about how terrible it is now, which is very interesting. Anyway, I truly feel like the OG founders should just give up with FaZe and just let it go. You know, I think FaZe isn't probably going to be around in the next 5 years. It's probably going to die and it's going to be one of the most least shocking news of all time. And I think the founders should just come together and try to make like their own company and try to do like their own thing. FaZe is dead and buried. It's over. I'm pretty sure everyone who's at FaZe right now is just trying to make as much money as it as possible and just leave because it's not going good at all. And they're even laying off more employees, so that's another sign that companies aren't doing good. FaZe isn't gonna make it. Just give up and move on. Anyway, my name is Lua. This is something I want to talk about. You have a good day or night. See ya.